Our next guest is going to share his view on tariffs, supply chain, small business, and much more. I want to welcome Port of Los Angeles Executive Director Gene Seroka. Gene, thanks for being here this morning. I know it's been a bit of a crazy year. I think you yourself have called this a roller coaster year because of the tariffs and other impacts. What's that meant in terms of shipping coming into this country?
Good morning, Becky. It's been unbelievable, and a roller coaster is probably the right description. Ups and downs. When hard policy came out, freight really plummeted. When those deadlines were extended on trade discussions, cargo picked up very fast. It's been a story of the workforce and all the people in the supply chain leaning on each other. We'll wind up 2025 with our third best year ever.
In terms of volume coming in?
Correct.
And what is that? What is total volume?
About 10.25 million 20-foot equivalent units, or container units as we call them. Third best year ever, and no other port in the nation has ever crossed that 10 million mark. We've done it now 3 times.
What were the other 2 years? Was it the 2 years prior to this?
Just last year being our second place. And in 2022, following all the COVID surge and us buying online, that was our high water mark at 10.7 million container units.
You know, Gene, part of what the president is trying to do is get more things manufactured in the United States. If that's the case, do you expect volume to eventually go down at the ports?
Well, it could be just a flip of the script. And that's the kind of conversations we're having today. If there's more manufacturing and more tiered supply chain activity in the United States, that could be more opportunities for export sales within those companies' supply chains. And we want to be ready at the nation's largest port. You
don't think that globally there could be a movement afoot to try and make more locally, produce more locally by lots of different nations?
Can be, but it really depends on what products. And that's why we need a sector-specific review. We still have 400,000 plus manufacturing jobs open in the country, so it's going to be really important. What type of products do we want to make? How are those ecosystems put together with parts suppliers, as an example? And what geographies, what labor force training do we need? So it's a lot of work ahead, but admirable.
What's happening right now with China and our relationship there, and how has that impacted the volumes of goods coming in from China?
I've been in China twice over the last 6 weeks and probably 4 times this year. The business people just want to know the rules so they can navigate the supply chains, their customers, et cetera. That became a little bit more clear last month with the year-long pause in these negotiations, reducing the ship fees to 0, and tariffs now having some semblance of permanency, at least over that 12 months. But for us, back in 2018, China was about 60% of our business. Today, it's 40% and still dropping.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know of a lot of companies that immediately tried to source from other countries, and that's been a trend that you've seen over several years. So 40% dropping right now?
Yes, that's right. So we're seeing more pickup in Southeast Asia, Vietnam, which you all talk about a lot, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand. But what we're also seeing, and was announced in the 15th five-year plan of China, they're not only exporting goods, they're now exporting their manufacturing expertise to these other countries.
The top 5 containerized imports in 2024, furniture, auto parts, apparel, plastic products, and electronics. Is that, you think, going to be the leadership for years to come at this point?
Well, we'll see. We'll see how that policy melds. And, you know, it's interesting because we do discuss often the finished goods that come in through our port that go to major retailers across the nation. But also an equal amount of cargo comes in for American factories, the parts and components, whether it's the automotive sector, appliances, electronics, et cetera. So that's going to take shape in a different way as well. We'll see what this plays out like.
How have things been going at the post-port infrastructure points? You know, there had been some movements afoot, particularly when there were stoppages with trucks or other issues, or with strikes that had gone on at the port. Where do things stand with that infrastructure surrounding the ports in terms of how you can get things offloaded quickly and sent easily around the country?
Yeah, a lot of progress has been made over the last 4 or 5 years on infrastructure investment. There's still more to come. New terminals, rail and road connectors, as well as inland facilities to help ease that pressure when the volume surges.
Yeah, I remember some of the retailers set up their own, some of the major retailers set up their own places to store some of these things right off the ports, right off site from the port.
That's right. During the peak season just this past summer, Becky, we moved more cargo than we did at the peak of the peak during COVID, and not one ship was backed up. So we've leaned on each other. We've learned a lot, but there's still more investment. We've got a bridge that needs to be raised. We've got more terminal capacity to bring online and more rail product to bring into the port itself to evacuate those containers much more quickly.